Back in the day when things were cool. Yeah. Eddie. All we needed was bum 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 bum. Wow. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode on my tiny little channel, aka my TLC, which is my tender love and care from me to you. This is a Valentine's month. This is February 2021, so we're in the spirit of love, in the spirit of Valentine's, and Valentine is coming. Hey, where's your boyfriend? By the time you see this, Valentine's was yesterday, so whether you have a boyfriend or not, I really hope you had a good Valentine's Day. And if the day did not work out for you, for example, you are working, you can celebrate Valentine's today, you can celebrate Valentine's tomorrow. I think as long as you're within like a week post Valentine's Day, you can still be celebrating Valentine's Day and call it Valentine's Day. This video, by the way, is sponsored by Haltons Pharmacy. They sponsored this video specifically because of the question that I decided to do or to tackle on this MIMO. Halton Pharmacy are countrywide. They do deliveries as well as home, so if there's certain medication that you want brought to you at home, there's a number to call which I'll leave on the description box of this video and for a little bit over here so you can see. Please take a screenshot. Alternatively, it's on the description box of this video. If there's any medication that you need, they will be able to deliver it to you at your doorstep. So the theme around this video, which is sponsored by Halton's Pharmacy, is the morning after, with a focus on the morning after pill or the emergency pill. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the morning after pill is a pill, or usually sometimes two pills, that you take following having unprotected sex to prevent yourself or to protect yourself from getting, I don't know if it's protecting, but to prevent an unwanted pregnancy. They call it the morning after pill, but they say it's not, it doesn't have to be taken the morning after. It's just the morning after because usually or culturally a lot of sex happens at night, but you can take the morning after pill or the emergency pill or the e-pill immediately after having unprotected sex. First of all, if you end up taking the emergency pill, there should be no shame about it, especially for women, because it's the women who take the pill, or even the women who go to the pharmacy to buy the medication, and there's usually a bit of stigma. I can say it for myself because even I remember the few times I took the emergency pill, which used to be in campus. God, those days I was so uninformed. I used to just make mistakes. I would never go to the pharmacy to get e-pills or the emergency pill. I used to send the man, or I send my girls. I'm like, since you guys are not the ones who have done this mistake, go and buy the emergency pill for me. But in all honesty, first of all, there should be no shame about buying P2s or the emergency pill, the morning after pill, because accidents happen. Okay, it is normal. I do not subscribe to that thing of having guilt when you've had unprotected sex. Now, Halton's Pharmacy were very particular to tell me that they're not advocating for unprotected sex, and neither am I. I think you should always be informed. You should always protect yourself. But you guys, sometimes mistakes happen. Take Valentine's Day, for example, right? You can get caught up in the hype of Valentine's Day. You're being picked up, you're going for dinner, you're being cooked for in the house, those my Netflix and chill things, you know, and then you're just you have a lapse in judgment and you're like, you know, it's okay, he'll pull out or whatever, and then he does, but you're still like, maybe there was pre-ejaculation, or he doesn't, because some men are just douches and they say they will and they don't. So you have to go, and if you don't want to get pregnant and you don't want to risk it, you go and get morning after pill, and then you're made to feel bad about it. So I just, like, no one's out here trying to have unprotected sex and have unwanted pregnancies. Things happen, and Halton's Pharmacy, who are sponsoring this video, are doing something so good, which is why when they told me about this sponsorship, I was like, I'm so happy to partner with you guys, because on 15th February, which is the morning after Valentine's Day, if anyone needs any emergency pills, they're going to be doing free delivery, and they'll be offering the emergency pills for free. Guys, when have you ever had that? Those are things you hear in countries like Norwegian countries, where it's free medicine, free healthcare, free education, free. Even Kenya they say free education, but imagine parents are still paying for desks, I don't know, uniform, I don't know, food, I don't know what, and they still another administration fee. There's nothing like that in this country. So thank you so much to Haltons Pharmacy for doing this for women and offering this service. If you need emergency pills on 15th of February, it's only for 15th, on 15th of February, wherever you are, just give them a call. The number is in the description box of this video. So now let's get into the question, shall we? This is a young girl who sent me this end of January this year, so I hope I'm not too late in responding, but this is what she says. Hey Jules, and Jules's tiny little channel, hi back. I just wanted to take your take and advice on some of the things that are happening to me right now. So I'm 19 and I started talking to this guy. Oh my god, sweetheart, you're 19. Must be nice. I wish I was 19 in this era of information and social media and whatever. I don't know so much. There's so many mistakes I would not make. So I'm 19 and I started talking to this guy in the DMs late last year, and by mid-January he had my number. Long story short, he suggested we meet and chill. He's 25. Ooh, so he's 6 years older than you. Okay, if I was your big sister, I'd keep an eye on that relationship. I find that gap a bit big, but I know now age ain't nothing but a number, but I'm protective over my young girls with men who are very, very, especially 19, it's quite young. Anyways, he's 25. I didn't think we'd go that far, but when he came over, everything happened so fast. We smashed, and he didn't use protection. And I'm not on any form of birth control. I was so scared and didn't know where to start. My family is all conservative, so I probably can't turn to them. I told him how I feel, and I said I feel used, and he just brushed it off, saying I was overthinking and that he pulled out, so I shouldn't be scared. My bestie thinks he's a predator. I tried blocking him on WhatsApp, then like 5 minutes in, he flooded all my other socials and called me saying people don't do that to somebody who likes them, right? I think you get what she's saying. I caved in and unblocked him. I'm sorry, this is so long. It's not long, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing your message with me. I'm sorry this is so long. I just have nowhere else to vent. Do you think I should keep talking to him? I'm also so scared. I was also so scared that I got P2, but I'm not even sure if it will work since I had already ovulated. This is just too much. I messed up. Okay. Deep breath, people. Deep breaths. Very calming to the blood pressure and to the anxious levels in my brain right now. First of all, you did not mess up. So let me say this again. You did not mess up. Okay, sweetheart? You did not mess up. A guy called you over to chill. One thing leads to another. You have sex and it's unprotected, and now you're panicking, and the guy is just being like, you chill, be easy, because he's not thinking about children. He's not thinking about my future being ruined if I get a child. Not that children do that, but you guys get what I mean. Please also point to note, I know I'm talking about emergency pills, but emergency pills do not protect you from STDs. Side note. I don't think you messed up, and I don't think anyone who's watching this, actually, if anyone thinks you messed up, they're wrong. You did not mess up. These things happen, and it doesn't only happen to people who are 19 years of age or young. This happens to people in our 30s, people who are older, I'm fortunate enough to be able to be surrounded by women who of different ages, and from time to time we talk about our sexual experiences and our so-called sexual fuck-ups or mess-ups, and it's like, bruh, these things happen at all ages. It's so possible for you, even knowing what you know, even me knowing what I know now, to have a slip up and you get caught up in the moment and feel like you're in love with this person or whatever, and you allow the intercourse to happen without using protection. So first things first, you didn't mess up. Second of all, I'm glad that you thought of going to take P2s. I know you've said you're a bit worried here because you had already ovulated, but the thing is, you can still take an emergency pill after ovulation. However, because you've already ovulated, it's best to still take an a pregnancy test, maybe a week or two after, or around the time you know you're expecting your period. You really have to monitor yourself, especially after you're ovulated. But but you can take, as long as you take the e-pill, I think it's usually up to 72 hours post intercourse and protected sex, then you're in a safe window. Okay, so take it immediately. Don't delay too much in making the decision if you're already in the mind that I'm not ready to have a kid. And the thing is, if you take it, the sooner you take it, the better, because I didn't even know this, but turns out the sperm can swim really fast. Those guys are quick. Like, there's souls up in heaven ready to come down. They're just like, oh, ejaculation, let's coming in, brah. So apparently these little guys, these sperms, they can, if you've ovulated and things are like, if the environment is right, you can like what is it called, conception can happen as quick as 30 minutes post ejaculation, post the intercourse. 30 minutes, you guys, 30 minutes. You gotta be careful. If you don't want to have a child. So keep that in mind. All right, you said my bestie thinks he's a predator. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means, because this was, from what I can see, what you've told me so far, this was consensual. Even having the unprotected sex was consensual. You did say he did not wear a condom, or rather he did not protect himself. But sweetheart, I want you to learn how to change that language. If you're having consensual sex and the guy does not protect himself, also you're not protected. Okay, it's not saying he didn't use protection. We didn't use protection. You also have to, that responsibility is also yours. And sometimes I even tell people, I'm telling you as a woman, if I know I'm in a situation where I might end up being intimate with somebody, I have got my own condoms, so that somebody doesn't come and tell me, oh, I don't have any condoms in the heat of the moment. You have your own. You need to protect yourself. If you're sexually active, have your own condoms. Okay, so that, because you know how these things happen, the heat of the moment things. You guy, like, sometimes you can't run. It's hard to run to the shop. It's not impossible, but it's hard to run to the shop to go and buy and then come back. Like, you know what I mean? So I hope you are not coerced into this, but I think I'm not okay. So from what I can tell, you have a lot of shame about what happened, and it seems that you don't really know the guy that well, because you just started talking in the DMs, and then on your first meetup you guys hooked up, and then there's a lot of shame that you're feeling around that. Maybe you're feeling a bit manipulated because he's being very like, say, pulled out, you're easy, you know what I mean? So I guess that's what you're trying to say, that you feel used, and I really do feel sorry about that, my darling. But yeah, I do feel sorry about that. But in the future, just to protect yourself, also have your own condoms. And if you feel like this was not consensual, then this is a whole other discussion, right? And I need you to confirm that with me, because I can point you to the right people who can help you with your physical state and your mental state. All right, now the other thing you asked me is, you're talking of, should I continue talking to him because you blocked him? And then he's doing this thing of, how can you do that, and we like each other and whatever. Look, I don't want to point fingers and say this guy is bad, but imagine if you're feeling like you don't want to talk to somebody and you're already so confused about what happened, right? Imagine it's okay to block somebody, even if they tell you, because he's saying you don't do that to somebody who you like or something like that. And it's like, no, I like you, but I am doing that because I'm just feeling all sorts of ways about what happened. And I feel also you're feeling like this because whatever this guy, I mean, however he acted after the event, after you guys had sex, I think you're feeling like he was not supportive enough. He was not, I feel like part of the reason you're feeling like you want to block him and stuff is because you're just like, he wasn't there, he didn't reassure you enough. He wasn't like, if you want P2s, let's go get them together, or I get them for you, or you know, he wasn't checking in how you're feeling right now. I feel like that's what's happening, and that's why you're feeling like, I'm gonna block this guy, I don't want to talk to him again. And then he's telling you, you just be easy, see I pulled out, you know. But it's like, bruh, pulling out is not a permanent, it's not our area, it's a very low the chances of getting pregnant with the pull-out method are high, if I'm not wrong, and please don't quote me. I just remember reading this many years ago in a magazine that something like 70% of all couples that practice the pull-out method and are fertile, both people are okay fertile wise, they get pregnant within a year using pull out. I know there are people out here who do pull out and it works for them. My friend, do you, but I'm telling you, pull out doesn't always work. It isn't. Pull out, there's pre-ejaculation and then there's regular ejaculation. Sometimes it's just so sweaty in there, you're just like, I can't do it, I can't. And then what if you do it and then in 30 minutes, like, I just feel like if you want to block someone, sweetheart, block them. Get yourself right. And if you really like this guy, just tell him, bro, I'm not trying to be a bitch, although you can be if you want, but I just need a moment. I need a moment, and I hope after my moment you'll still be on that side, because I like you, right? So hopefully he can understand that. At the end of the day, I think the weight of this email is you feeling guilty about giving it up to this guy who you barely knew so quickly, and then having unprotected sex and just feeling like, what did I just do? I'm just here to reassure you that you're fine. You're gonna be fine. If you're not, you're gonna be fine. I'm here to reassure you that there's a lot of women and men who have the same stories. They meet somebody, they have a lapse in judgment, they give it up too soon because they're in them feeling. It happens. Tena now Valentine's Day, somebody can decide to bring you flowers, wine, chocolate, and then they're like, can I pass by to say hi? And as they are passing by, my friend, they don't go home. 9:55, they're like, oh, you know, curfew, so let me just spend the night. Like, sis, these things happen. But because we know they happen, you have to mentally prepare yourself, and prepare yourself, you know, like with the condomizing. Should you not, we have the emergency pill, right? And you take it, and if your period does not come, because sometimes it can mess with your cycle, get a pregnancy test. After that, you keep going. You just you roll with the punches, okay? Thank you so much for sharing your story with me, and I hope that this has helped. If you guys have any advice or words of encouragement for this young 19-year-old girl, please leave that in the comment section. I just want her to feel like she's not alone. If you have nothing to say, but this thing you're like, by the way, I feel you, please just leave a love heart for her so she can see all the love and understand and see that there's an army of invisible people surrounding her with love in this time of stress and confusion and like almost self-hate, you know what I mean? Which is, I want her to not feel that. I want her to not feel that. And to all you men out there who are having sex with women unprotected, and you're older than them, this 25-year-old guy, imagine, understand that somebody is stressed out. Be more, a woman just doesn't, when you have sex with a woman and you go, for us it doesn't end there. And I don't mean emotionally, I mean when it comes to the pregnancy scare. You're panicking until your next period every day. It doesn't end there. And when you come and tell a girl, relax, be easy, I pulled out, it's not enough. You have to keep reassuring her and ask her if there's anything she needs, you know. Do you want us to take a pregnancy test? Do you want me to get get those things for her? Be present and be emotionally present, even though, not just in the DMs, like be emotionally present. Do ask her, how are you feeling? I do this thing with my friends where we say, so mental check, how are you feeling? Meaning it's not just how you doing, it's how you really doing, you know. Ask her, mental check, how are we doing? What can I do to support you? Let us make the union between man and woman more cohesive, more fluid, more better, okay? Remember, today being the morning after Valentine's Day, you can get free emergency pill, a free morning after pill from Haltons Pharmacy by calling them on the number that I've put on the description of this video, and they will deliver to you for free. Thank you so much to Haltons Pharmacy for doing this. This is amazing. And thank you for you guys who send me memos. If you have anything you want me to discuss on the memo segment, reach out to me via email on my tinylittlechannel@gmail.com. There's somebody who helps me go through the emails, and we pick something to tackle, if not every week, every other week. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If it's your first time on my YouTube channel, please subscribe over here. Hit the notification bell so every time I upload an episode, you get a message. If you're watching me from Instagram, please double tap, leave a comment, and follow me. Share away, guys. This information about the free emergency pill needs to go viral, if anything else. I'll see you guys soon. Happy Valentine's Day. Love from me to you. Adios.